A disappointing loss for sure, but now it is on to the offseason. There are some key players that could have played their final games with the Bucs. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, David, in the first half, his defense was fantastic, actually. They entered the break against the Lions, tied at 10. They only gave up 134 yards, a total offense. Then in the second half, that yardage nearly doubled, and it forced the offense to play in a shootout with the Lions, and they just could not go blow for blow with this team.
The ball wasn't going down the field. At times we were getting too much depth in the ball. It's more catch it for 5 and run it for 6, and they were first downs.
Now it's on to the offseason. Let's first start with Mike Evans, the greatest wide receiver in Buccaneers history, put up 147 yards with a touchdown in this contest. He's hoping this isn't the last memory you have of him in the pewter and red.
I would love to be back. I love Tampa Bay. Been here my whole career. The city has been great to me. The franchise has been unbelievable to me and my family, and I love this place.
Then there's Levante David, another lifelong Buck who had 13 tackles and a sack against Detroit, who continues to take his playing career 1 year at a time.
Whatever decision I make, whatever that time comes, I'll let the world know. But right now, I'm just going to enjoy my teammates while I can and go from there.
Finally, Baker Mayfield. He was the biggest question mark entering the season, proved a lot of doubters wrong, was not perfect, but would love nothing more than to keep building on this season.
To get it in year 2 in the system, you can make huge strides, and so I would love that. Obviously, who knows how it's going to play out.
So, David, Jason Light and company have a lot of decisions to make specifically about that trio, but the foundation of this team will return. They're a year wiser, a bit more experienced, and the feeling that I get from some of the players that I talk with is that this felt a lot like the 2019 group, a team that was close to winning a Super Bowl, but they feel like they just have to do a couple more tinkers to get there.
And Evan, 1, I hope you can hear me with how loud it sounded in there today. And 2, what do you think is the most important tinker for this team to make a run like that?
Yeah, David, you ain't kidding, because this was certainly one of the loudest environments that I have ever personally covered in my lifetime in this industry. It certainly lived up to the billing, but if I had to attack one tinker that this team needs to do in the offseason, I would say they have to get a pass rusher. The 4-man fronts that they were trying to get after Jared Goff with was not working. That's because they don't have anyone good enough off the edge. So if you can get someone that scares other opponents off the edge, then that allows Vita Vea and Kalijah Kancey, that fantastic rookie we saw all season long, to really do some damage in the trenches. From Ford Field in Detroit, Evan Klosky, 10 Tampa Bay Sports.